Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Applesauce here today. And today we're in some Champs 1 CWL. We're winning our group. We haven't lost a war yet, so we're kind of doing really good right now. And only got one war left after today. So we're looking to be ranking on the top global leaderboards, which is pretty exciting. And today I'm going to be showing some of the top hits from CWL. I'm going to show most of my hits, if not all of them. And then I'm also going to show a couple clan mates and just, if they're using cool strategies or whatnot. I also got two pros in my clan, so maybe show some of their hits as well. But let's get into it, guys. All right, guys, we're actually going to start off with all of my hits, and then I'm going to throw my clan mates hits in at the end. So double rage base here. This is a super common base. I love finding these bases. It's just so easy. So on a base like this, I'm just going to go for the town hall here, and I just want Pat Marcy to make sure I take down the town hall and then get inside that core compartment. Like, get inside that scatter shot and those fire spitters is kind of the goal. But at the very least, I want to take down the town hall here. So anytime I get a base like this, I usually go for it in CWL just because it's like guaranteed for the town hall. And so, it's a little less risky for me. And in CWL, you want it to restart and not be so risky. So that's kind of my goal. And so we're going to actually take down this right here and get into the scatter shot compartment. And after the scatter shot compartment, go in the rage. And so, I mean, the RC's pathing exactly where I wanted to path here. Actually, and there was 3 furnaces here too, which, you would think is a little scary, but honestly, I'm able to take all these furnaces out without a single poison just by my RC's ability, so that was pretty cool. And at this point, we're out of Invises, and I trigger the other rage tower, and I take out both fire spares, so I get some crazy value with the RC here. So at this point, I put down my queen. I try to snipe both air defenses here, but I missed my arrow, and luckily got some rocket loons, and the rocket loons will take out this air defense here. And at this point, it's just putting down the dragons and going at it. So all dragons down the right side, and I kind of want my dragons to split a little here. So just, throw them in there, and they'll split a little, which is fine. Throw my blimp actually right here for this monolith. And you don't even need to give it a rage either. I mean, the Yetis is, I just wanted to take out the monolith there. So kind of a creative blimp there just to take out the monolith. Monolith is such a bad target for the dragons. So I try to get that down with the RC charge or get down early in the attack. At this point, use my minion prince ability for the back end, get that back end air defense plus that multi-gear cannon. And then I give the mini prince here a rage just so it takes out this multi-gear cannon and this multi-inferno here. I mean, this base is pretty much wrecked. So at this point, we'll just speed it up to go through it. But I mean, yeah, this base got destroyed by me. So decent amount of life here. So I was pretty happy with this hit. And we'll get on over to the next one. All right, guys, here we are. Next hit in by me. Again, a double rage. You can see a theme here. I like these double rage bases. Kind of guaranteed, and there's just so much value near the town hall. So the goal is to get the RC to the town hall and then into the fire spitter compartment. That was the goal, at least. So rocket spears end up going into this expo. So at this point, I'm a little concerned because I don't want her to go towards that right path. So I use an invis to redirect her here. So now she's onto the town hall, which is really good because she needed to take out the town hall here. Otherwise, it was getting a little trouble. I didn't want to have to Yeti blink the town hall. So she's going to end up taking the town hall here. But the unfortunate part is she turns for this expo. And I was hoping she went for those builder huts, but she didn't. And so now she's going to get on this right path. I don't have enough invis to redirect her or anything like that. So I just got to kind of make do. So I was a little concerned at this point because I was hoping to trigger at least both rage towers or at least one at the very least. And I didn't do any of that. So that was a little concerning here. But I ended up adjusting on the fly and making it work. So I used the queen here to snipe. I think I just sniped one air defense. That's really all I got out of it. It's one of these back end ones. I spam in all my dragons here. I'm a little concerned at this point just because, there's 2 rage towers up. I used a rocket loon to bait for the blimp. And again, I blimped the monolith there. I give the monolith this time, or I give the blimp a rage, just so the Yeti mites take out a little extra. And they didn't really get too much extra in my opinion, but I mean, it wasn't the worst use of it. It just wasn't the best use either. But decent value there. And at this point, got my mini prince ability still, use it right there. Got pretty much a good bit of the core here, so I was pretty happy with that mini prince ability. Queen's still alive on the top side and actually just gonna break into that compartment with the giant. That's why I use the giant, guys. It's just so strong here, and it tanks so good for the queen. And so the queen's gonna take out this air defense, and it's gonna take out the multi archer tower there as well. And so, I mean, yeah, this base ended up getting pretty wrecked here, even though it didn't go as planned. I mean, not everything goes as planned on these dragon attacks. You know, the RC value is really going to be dependent. Sometimes your RC gets a lot more than you expect, and sometimes it gets a lot less. But it's about adapting the fly here, and I think I did that pretty well. So, nice little 3-star again, and we'll get into the next one. All right, and here's my day 3 attack here. And I'm not showing day 1 because I showed it in a previous video. So if you asked that, you can. And so this hope here was just to at least take up the town hall with this charge. Again, a town on the outside is kind of what I want, but 2 center rage compartments. So a little bit of a different base here. And so gonna keep the RC invisible here, get her on the town hall. And once she's on the town hall, give it an earthquake just to get through it a little bit faster. Saves you like 1 or 2 invises at least. And plus it damages other buildings. And so charge this expo. And so this point, F is expo. I know it's going to go for this builder hut. And I really wasn't sure where she was going to go. I thought she was going to go more towards the right side. And she goes actually to the core here. So that was actually kind of great. I had to adapt on the fly because this wasn't the original plan for her to be able to take out one of these core compartments. It ended up working out better. I was glad she took out one of these core compartments, but I wasn't expecting her to. So little bit of adapting here. And so the original plan actually, guys, was to throw in all my dragons on this top side, use the queen to arrow here and take out like a sweeper and then like maybe a baby over here just to help funnel. But it didn't end up going like that. So at this point, I'm just kind of gotta adapt on the fly. And my thought process was to take out as much damage as possible first. So I'm gonna put the queen down the bottom left side to snipe out this back end air defense. I was hoping to get 2 air defenses here, but I only get 1 there, which is fine. So queen goes in here, and then I got rocket loons the other air defense, so that was snipeable. So I, of course, take that. And now all my dragons in right here. Hit a few black mines early on, but honestly not the end of the world because I usually use a pretty early warden ability. And so all my dragons coming in. And so I just want to take out the highest damage area first for my dragons. Forgot to mention, I also threw, hey, Yeti Blimp on this top side to take out this multi-inferno and this multi-archer tower here too. It's even going to get that crazy value, especially because I gave it a rage. But I mean, it got the value it really needed, but not the value I really love. Use the mini prince ability on the core here, and at this point, look at the giant's going to go and take up this air defense. I mean, the giant just has so much HP and it does so much damage, especially when it's raged up here. It's honestly a must, guys. And I was actually kind of shocked that this worked out a lot better than I thought. Not everything went to plan here, but there's a lot of dragons left. So at this point, we'll speed it up just to get kind of through it here. But I mean, this one worked out really well. Better than I expected. I didn't expect it to work out so well here. So, I mean, I expected it with the 3-star, but I just planned it very differently and adjusted. Right, here we are, guys. Next attack in, and again, a double rage base again. And so my thought process here was that it was going to go for this town hall and then maybe like get into this fire spitter compartment. Kind of a deadly core there with that hook and that monolith, but I was going to make it work here. So just keeping the queen, the RC invisible here. And all these Teslas kind of threw me off here. I wasn't really expecting all those, but it ended up not being too big of a deal because she's just going to take it out with the aura damage. And so it takes out that, now goes for this multi-archer tower. And at this point, I give the RC an earthquake just because a lot of high HP buildings here. And so just going to kind of work through here. But the tornado trap actually spun me to the right. I was expecting her to stay on this multi-archer tower over here. But the tornado completely threw me off. And so really didn't get the value I was fully expecting here. I was expecting to get a lot more value than it did. So a little disappointing here. And so at this point, I'm a little concerned because I was expecting to get maybe like the fire spirit compartment or at least get a little bit more over there. So it really didn't get a whole lot. But ended up not being too big of a deal here because I was like, all right, well, make do. So use the queen to snipe out an air sweeper plus an air defense here on the right side. Baby dragon just to fall on the left side. All the dragons in. Again, guys, you want to face the highest damage area first. So I want to face this rage compartment 2 scatters first. And I give it a blimp here too. Early warden ability too, just to get power through this here. I give it a blimp. I was hoping to get the blimp gets all the way to the monolith and hook, but it didn't make it far at all. Actually, what the hook does though, is it grabbed one of the Yetis that fell out of that blimp and it took out the hook. So I was happy with that. I mean, I wasn't going to complain about that. At this point, I mean, I got a lot of dragons alive here. Use the mini prince ability for those fire spitters, and got a rage here now for the mini prince to take up this monolith and all this. So I mean, it's it was looking pretty crushed. Left side, right side was actually looking a little weak here. I mean, there's so many dragons alive on the left side. And so at this point, I got to give it some rock balloons to help support this right side here to get through it. Don't want a time fail, but I don't think I was that close in time at all. And I have like a million dragons alive, so we'll actually speed this one up just to get through the rest of it here. But I was pretty happy with this hit. Lots of dragons alive here at the end, and you know, this one was pretty good. And we'll get on to the next one. And I'm going to try to show all my attacks, guys, here. All right, here's the next attack, guys. And I don't even think I want to show this one. So we're just going to 4x speed it just to kind of show you guys all my hits. I mean, this clan was throwing, like, it's just, some of them were like Town Hall 16s, Town Hall 13s. The clan was just throwing here. So I really didn't try too hard in this one. I just kind of said, whatever happens, happens. It really wasn't a max base here. I mean, it's Town Hall 17, but it definitely wasn't maxed. So I'll just really speed through this one because this one's not that important. It just wasn't really a max clan here, and they were just, I don't know why they signed up for the league. Maybe just for the free medals, but whatever. So easy triple. All right, guys, now we're showing the hits on my second account here. And so I'm on my second account, and I was like, all right, well, you know, got another double rage base here. Again, my favorite. And so I'm going to show all the hits here on my second account. So this second account's also in a Champs 1 clan. It's just in a different clan, which is honestly fine by me. It's honestly cool to see 2 different CWLs and compete in, you know, 2 different Champs 1 leagues. So, again, going to go for this Town Hall compartment here. Just want to get out this Town Hall, and I'm hoping she goes in towards the core here to take out these fire spitters and trigger this rage compartment. Again, guys, I mean, these rage bases are really easy to attack in my opinion, and it's honestly what I go for in CWL, just because, I mean, it's pretty much a guaranteed 3-star if your RC charge goes well. And so, end up taking out a lot of this right here. I was targeting the scatter shot, and after the scatter shot, she's going to go for the fire spitters, which are perfect. And she's getting all the value I could dream of. So I was really excited about the value here. And after this fire spitter, she's actually going to go in towards this core here. Yep. She takes out all of the fire spitters and now triggers this other rage compartment. So at this point, when you trigger to get that much value, I know it's kind of GG's. I used the queen on the bottom side to snipe 2 air defenses there and just let her do her thing. So now there's only 2 air defenses left, and I'm coming right at them. Again, guys, highest damage area with your dragons you want to take on early, because you're going to use an early warden ability and you just want to be in the highest damage area possible. So that's the goal here. And so I used the blimp here, Yeti blimp, with a rage to take out this monolith compartment and pretty much this whole core compartment. Use the warden ability here too at the same time. I mean, at this point, guys, I have like every dragon alive, plus the core is gone, plus there's no air defenses. So we could probably speed through this one because we know how this one's going to end. I mean, yeah, this one wasn't even close. Use the mini prince ability on the back end here, and yeah, this base is gone. So this one got kind of crushed. When your RC charge gets that much value, it's kind of hard to fail. So I was pretty happy. All right, and here we are, next attack in by me. And we got double rage base again. And this one, I'm not going for the town hall here. I didn't want to go for the town hall just because I didn't think it was that good of a target here. I was hoping to get inside these rage compartments here. And so she's going to go for this multi-inferno here. Let her go for that. Next, she's going to go for this archer tower. And I'm hoping she like goes down the path and like takes out one of these rage compartments here. Misplaced an invis there. Not the end of the world. Now she's going to hit every giant bomb in the game. We love that. And she goes for this right side here, which I was a little unhappy about. I was really hoping she goes to Mala. And so at this point, you know, I don't have a ton of invises left, so I got to be really careful. But the hope is for her to take out like this whole compartment here. So I give it an earthquake here just because it's a lot of high HP buildings. Again, guys, when a bunch of high HP buildings, use that earthquake. I mean, it's going to save you an invis or 2 at least. And so I'm going to take out this multi-archer tower. At this point, pretty much done here. But I took out pretty much a whole rage compartment. So I was pretty happy with that. And yep, that all goes down. And so at this point, all right, got time to place the queen and start the dragons. And so with this one, queen down, I am sniping this back end air defense plus the sweeper that was facing towards us. And plus the queen's going to walk on the outside and honestly just get some good following value and just stay alive. Sometimes it's not, you don't want to sacrifice your queen right away and you just go for a little less value. I do a short blimp here. I use some rocket balloons here to tank in the beginning and then a short blimp. It's honestly a good idea there. I saw that I could easily Yeti blimp that if I have some rocket limbs to tank there. A mini Prince ability right through the core here. And at this point, I wasn't that concerned. I mean, the town hall's down. The biggest thing, you know, if that blimp fails and gets caught in like some sort of tornado trap or doesn't make it all the way, you're not looking to have a good day. But that's why we have rocket limbs to tank, and we always test for traps first. So, you know, we'll send one to test and then two more to really tank while the blimp gets to where it's going. And so, yeah, this base, we can speed it up here, but this base got pretty wrecked here. So I was pretty happy with that. And the queen's still alive, and it's going to help out here too. So another good triple here. And I was pretty excited about this one. All right, guys, here we are, next attack in, and honestly, I normally wouldn't go for this base, so I wasn't crazy about this base. I knew I wasn't going to get the Town Hall here, my RC charge, and I was okay with that. So I wanted to funnel out, like, one of these sides, and it was either the RC's going to go left or right side, take out one of these fire sphere compartments. Good. I don't care which side it goes, as long as it goes to one of the sides. And I knew I couldn't get my RC into this Town Hall here because it would just require too much invises, and it wouldn't have worked out so well. So I just said, all right, I'm going to take out like one of these fire sphere compartments and see how much value I can get here. And then I'll start the dragons on the other side and do like a short blimp, which I'll show you guys. So get some pretty good value here. Take out the fire spitter. And take out a poison tower too. Trigger the giant bomb. So, I mean, all good stuff here. And I'll take this expo here. And at this point, I said, oh, maybe I could go for the tower. So 3 invis left. So I'm going to take out the expo and I invis that left section and then a Tesla pops. So kind of spoiled my plans here. And at this point, we're out of invises and it's dead. So it is what it is. And so now it's time to start the queen. And with the queen, I placed in the top left here. And and I was able to snipe it at back end air defense, which is great. And the queen's going to help funnel on the left side here. At this point, we can spam all our dragons in at the top side. And mini prints, and we can do a short blimp here. Oh, you guys, I brought a skeleton spell here, which is a little bit different. I saw this monolith on this back end, and this multi-gear cannon and all these defenses right here with no splash damage near it. So that means you can use a skeleton trap there, and it will track perfectly for that back end monolith. So that was my thought process here. So I use a rage for the Yeti blimp. Yeti blimp's gonna take out the town hall. Still got mini prince ability here, so I'm just looking for a good placement to use in the core here. And as soon as I get it, yep, got it. And I freeze up the mini prince, multi-gear cannon, the monolith. I give it an earthquake here because I never used the earthquake for the monolith, just to kind of damage everything as my dragons get to it. I give the skeleton spell on the monolith, and that's gonna clean it up pretty nicely here. So monolith ended up not doing like any damage to my troops, so I was pretty happy about that. Queen's still alive here, and just helping with the whole cleanup process, and I got a lot of dragons alive, so I was pretty happy with this. On the right side, I'm just putting in some cleanup troops here just to try to get through this all faster. I think this one was a little close in time. I maybe had like 15 seconds left or so. It wasn't, you know, I remember this one not having too much time left, but you know, triple's a triple whether I finish with 1 second left on the clock or 2 minutes left on the clock. So, but good triple here, and I was happy with this one. And final tackle show of mine, guys. I'm just gonna put this one 2x speed because this is literally the same base I attacked earlier. And if I see the same base twice, I'm gonna attack it twice because, you know, why not? So I'll put this one 2x speed just so you guys can see my attack here. But pretty much the same plan. Actually, but this one, she went a little bit different here. Went to this right side here, and she went to left on the last one. But actually got more value because she ended up getting the air defense, which she didn't. So she grabbed both air defenses. Also, you guys notice like these air defenses on the top are in different positions. They were on like the sides before. So that makes the Yeti blimp look even more juicy. I completely missed my arrow here on the right side, so I was a little concerned after that happened. But threw all my dragons in here. Did a blimp with rage, and the rage blimp ends up taking out all that value there. So 2 air defenses, multi-inferno, multi-archers. So it was just great. Use the mini prince ability on the core here, and I mean, at this point, this base is pretty much gone. So, yeah, this one ended up working out really well. Actually, better than my original attack on this base. So, I was pretty happy with this one. Like, every dragon alive here. But didn't want to bore you guys by showing you guys the entire attack again. guys, that'll do it for my attacks, but now I actually want to show a clanmate of mine's attacks here. And so he uses Super Myers here, so I just wanted to highlight this one just because this is just an off strategy you don't normally see. So he's going to use like 10 invises here, so he's got a lot of invises, and he's going to go in for this Town Hall compartment here. So he's using the Fox on it too. And so I think his goal is just to kind of carve out this whole Town Hall compartment here and get this whole bomb side out and set some really nice funneling for his Super Miners here. I don't normally see someone use a Super Miner, so I thought I'd show it here just because it's just a little bit of an off strategy, and I know they got a recent buff, so maybe they're good. Maybe I gotta make a video on them, but just wanted to show this. So goes in for this Town Hall here. Actually wants to get the Town Hall, so he's gonna go for that here, and still got 2 more invises left to use, and he's gonna end up taking out this whole Town Hall here with it. And at this point, he's still going to be able to recall it too. And he's got a rage to use as well. And so pretty much this whole bomb side's done. You can use 2 loons for this Tesla down here and a baby to help funnel. And at this point, he's going to put in his queen, send an arrow here, snipe a little bit just to help set up that funnel. Balloons to tank, all the Super Miners in, and Warden. And he's going to send in his RC. Yep, ping over on the right side actually to help funnel with the queen and help tank, which I thought that was interesting as well. So he's got all this Super Miners here. And, he used Super Miners the whole CWL, so I just thought that was interesting too. King goes off on the top side here and just takes out, like, off the base right there. So the King did its thing. And at this point, now we got some Ice Golems that are going to distract, and Super Miners are kind of stuck in the heroes here, so they're not doing a whole lot. Luckily, we got a Headhunter with this Minion Prince, otherwise his Minion Prince would have just done its thing. And so, still got this RC for the back end here, so he doesn't stand in his RC with his miners, and I thought that was interesting. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of live guys, but he has a lot of Super Miners up here, and they're doing a lot of damage here. So, Super Miner's going to end up taking out all this here. Senses his RC in the back end here with the Rocket Spear, so recalls her and uses a Rocket Spear on the back end. So I just thought that one was really cool. It's just a really unique attack here, and he ends up kind of overkilling this base. I mean, there's a lot alive here. Lots of Super Miners, got their RC. Doesn't look like there's a ton alive, but there is, guys. So, yeah, good attack by him here. I was pretty happy with this one. All right, last attack of the video, guys, I'm going to show. This is Ninja. Ninja's a pro player, so I just thought this one's pretty cool here. This one ended up being a really good attack here, so we'll show his attack here. And you can use the RC charge to set it up here, and what he wants to do with this RC charge, just a nice little funnel in the base here. So you can take out this Ricochet Cannon, and he's going to want to go for this single target Inferno here, so it's going to go perfectly for that here. Just setting up a nice funnel for this base here, and just carve out a section of the base. Basically make the base into like a nice little L, is kind of what I've noticed he does here. And so he doesn't need crazy value with it. It's really just all about funneling with these Root Riders, it seems. So RC's going to get stuck on that hero there. Take out this Builder Hut. And at this point, he can just recall her, especially as she just hits all these traps. Still has an invis left, but decides not to use it. Queen on the bottom side to help funnel. And everything in. Actually, the hook there grabs the Ice Golem and ends up being like the best Ice Golem grab ever. So, I mean, a perfect Ice Golem grab. And, I mean, perfectly tanks for all these troops. So, I don't know. I don't know if that was planned, but the hook tower actually was kind of helpful there. And so King's out funnel on the outside. King and Queen just kind of, he wants to stick on the outside just to help funnel and keep all the troops inside. And so that does that pretty well here. Gonna lose a lot of Valks going to the outside here. So I don't know if that was planned, but I don't think it ends up being too big of a deal here. He overgrowths the Town Hall, which I always find interesting. Me personally, I don't overgrowth the Town Hall in CWL hits. That to me is scary, but he's the pro here, and I also don't use Root Riders. So overgrowth expires here, though. As he gets a little closer, he's going to have to actually use an invis on his troops. And he overgrowths the back end here, which I thought was pretty smart here. Yep, now he invises his troops just so that Town Hall doesn't shoot on him. Overgrowths the back end here, so I thought that was pretty smart. And all his troops going in, and they're all just staying together, a nice big clump here. I mean, he's using the Rage Tome and the Healing Tome, so no Eternal Tome on this at all. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. I mean, as you guys can see, there's just so much alive. I mean, he's got so much still got the King ability here too, RC ability going off. I mean, yeah, this one was overkill. It wasn't even close. So, really good attack by him. And that'll do it. All right, guys, and that'll do it for today's video. That was pretty much all my attacks in CWL, at least the ones that have been completed thus far. So it might be missing like two, maybe three at most. So not really missing a whole lot of attacks for me, and showed some cool attacks from my clanmates. So we're expected to win the CWL, and we should be on the global leaderboards as long as we don't goof up the last day. But I'll keep you guys posted on how that one goes. But that's all for now, and I'll see you guys.